Live from the MultiGP headquarters, this is MultiGP News.
Today on MultiGP News, she's only in elementary school but is a force to be reckoned with, dominating several UTT tracks and coming out on top in many of the races. A one-on-one with 10-year-old Wanrea, Milk Wanapong, and a few other ladies of FPV from around the world. Then, the latest results in the 2018 Swatch DRL Tryouts, plus interviews with pilots topping the leaderboard this week. Also, some nail-biting clips that will have you at the edge of your seat on this week's Crash of the Week. All this and much more coming up on MultiGP News. Welcome back, everyone. Here are your top stories this week on the MultiGP Rundown. They're breaking rules and setting trends. Meet some of the ladies of FPV turning quite a few heads in the sport. Check it out. They're fast, they're furious, and they're two ladies of FPV who've made quite a name for themselves in the drone racing community. She's from Thailand, goes by the pilot handle Milk, and has smoked most of the UTT tracks, coming out on top in many other competitions.
For Milk, yes, this sport is definitely suited for her because she liked it, and her dad answers that maybe in Thailand it's not that much for a girl thing, but since she's liking it, so they're doing it because they want to make some differences.
Some may have thought she came from a gaming background, but this pint-sized pilot was all about RC before FPV.
Started out with RC helicopter before, and it's been 2 years now since she started FPV. It's actually her dad who was starting FPV first, then bring her around, then she just got better. It's actually her dad arranging the track to be the UTT, and she practices with that.
What's her favorite UTT track?
She said 2 and 3.
And Sean Night Fury Taylor, watch out. This little racer has some big plans in the future. She says she wants to go head-to-head with you in a race come next year.
Yeah, you might know the answer. Maybe Sean is the next one. She has been doing like 1, 2, 3, and 4. And after that, there's a lot of competitions coming up, so they didn't have time to continue the UTT. But now, yeah, maybe they're doing the UTT 6. And for me, tell Sean to be ready.
Any pilots that she looks up to?
She said Min Chan Kim. We know him personally as well because we went to Korea lots of times, and she met him. Yeah, we talked. They know each other, and they used to race together once with Young Rock as well.
What do you have to say to those people? They say she needs to smile.
She said that she feels nothing, like nothing.
Now she's from Poland, and FPV has been a big part of her everyday life. Lexie Janssen says her true passion, whether racing or freestyling, is just the opportunity to fly.
FPV almost 2 years. I will have 2 years in February because I started at the beginning of February 2015, and drones for 3 years now. Well, I was a gamer, so that's what everyone knows. And I was introduced by one of the friends of mine. He said that he has something really cool to show us, and he just showed us a drone. It was like really old, something 280, and it was big, and we were looking at it like, really? What's that? So he got us the goggles, the big ones, and he just flew, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna do it for my entire life right now. Now I'm telling everyone to start with a tiny whoop or something really small, so old simulator, so you can teach yourself how to, get with the sticks. So that's the most important thing, and remember that everyone started somewhere, and if you feel bad, go to my channel and see my first videos. You'll feel so much better. Remember that we all started somewhere. It was happening for some people, it's getting quicker, for some of them it's getting slower. But remember that no one can tell you that you can't do something because you're a male, female, you're too old, too young, to whatever. You can do whatever you want. And if someone tells you that, hey, you're a girl, you can't fly, you'll be like, I can and I will, watch me. So they are having the Janssen new motors that are 2205 2650 kV. The Mavericks ESCs, the GoPro is the, of course, Runcam Swift 2, which is my favorite camera of all time, and FCP and PDB from Demon RC, the famous Demon RC as well, which is Fury. This is my favorite frame ever. Also RXSR and TBS Unify, because I'm already using.
Major things are unfolding for these two pilots in the future, but the big question is, will we see these two at the 2018 International Open?
I will do my best.
Excellent.
I will do my best to show up. I got my visa, so I'm fine.
Like, yeah, we're waiting for someday that to get a proper like sponsorship for her. That and maybe this year we will have a good news about news.
Now meet a young lady FPV who just started flying.
I started flying my Mavic 3S in September of 2016. I got my Mavic earlier this year, and then I just started flying FPV like last month in November. So very new. My husband is David Mills, known as Old Man FPV, and he is the group organizer for Toxic Props. I started out with my Inductrix FPV Plus, and I flew line of sight for about a week, and then after that I went straight into the goggles. I first was introduced to drones, quads, all that kind of stuff. I had actually watched something on TV with David, and Zoe FPV was doing one of her freestyle deals, and I thought that was the coolest. I like the freestyle. It's just, I don't even know how to explain it. It's so, I don't know, just peaceful to me, and it's beautiful. It's art. So I am obsessed with this whole, like, I'm the kind of person that whenever I jump in, like, failure's not an option, and I'm gone. So I went to like TinyWhoop's website, tinywhoop.com, and I got the TinyWhoop t-shirt, and I wore it for days. I'm definitely going to be helping run the Toxic Props chapter. Like, that's a big thing I really want to do, like, this next year. But I mean, further down, the line, I want to be out there competing with the guys. I mean, that's just, I want to show them that I'm just as capable as they are.
If you have a story you'd like to share on an upcoming episode, email us at news@multigp.com. And when we come back, they're driven to win with their eyes on the prize. We'll hear from pilots on top of this week's leaderboard in the 2018 Swatch DRL Tryouts. Plus, our crashes of the week. Stick around. It's time to check out who's topping the leaderboards this week in the 2018 Swatch DRL Tryouts. Take a look.
My name's Daniel Leah. My pilot handle is FPRDan1, and I'm from Australia. Back in June 28 was, I think, I first picked it up, just starting on the DRL simulator, and that was just this year. So it's been about 5-6 months now since I started. I wasn't sure how I was really going to do this year, and so I think on my very first attempt, I think I placed third, and that's when I really realised that I could be up there with everyone else, and so I just sort of kept practicing, just watching other people's replays and just really doing lots of runs of the map. I think I'm at about 300 attempts now, but I sort of do it a bit differently everyone else. I'll just keep doing runs of the actual tryouts rather than trying to warm up in race mode. So yeah, I think my attempts are probably a lot higher than the actual attempts that I've tried, but yeah, just really stuck to that and just slowly really climbed.
You're going to battle ROBOGENISIS.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's the question everyone's asking. The spotlight's really on him. I think he's probably been number one for about the past year on just about every map, so he's definitely the person to beat. I think a lot of my style did come from him. In the early days, I saw he was beating a lot of the other really good real-life pilots. I think when I first started, it was Night Fury, BMS, Thomas. They were both on the leaderboard, and I knew how well they were doing in real life, but yeah, Robo was beating them all, so I really looked to him to see how to improve my flying. I just watch all these replays, and I think it's really about learning the most you can off everyone who's at the top. Really until you start to get an idea of how to fly and what to do. And then I think after time, you start to really sort of identify mistakes that they're making and what they might not be doing right. So I think, I'm starting to just get to that stage where I can see maybe you could have done something a little bit better. But it's going to take a lot of work to catch up to him.
My name's Caleb Schneider, and my pilot handle is KADO, and I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana. Well, when I started off, so I knew the tryouts was potentially coming up, so I started practicing a few months ago and put in a lot of time and really tried to focus on the new maps that were coming out. Don't have a lot of practice with older maps, just trying to focus on the new ones. Wasn't doing all that great at first. I put a lot of practice into it, but it really took me time to get my tunings kind of dialed in, my rates, and get my computer set up to just run real smooth with it. But recently I've dropped down. I think I'm in 6th place right now and 5th place for pilots who can actually contend in the competition.
What's your favorite map so far?
That's a tough one. It used to be Miami. Now that I've got things running smooth, that seems to be my least favorite now. My favorite, I would probably have to say, is Boston. That map is just really fun. It's a really active map, and it's just kind of fun to get on there and grind out run after run. And it's just got the most obstacles in there, I guess. Munich is in the last hallway. It's just kind of challenging, so that one's still needs some work on, but those are probably my favorite too. I haven't raced as much with Dan, but I know he's up there. I think he's either 2nd or 3rd right now. I'm most concerned about probably either Robo or PEWPEW. PEWPEW is very, very consistent, so that kind of worries me. Robo is obviously his times are untouchable, but when he does make his mistakes, it seems like it's easier to capitalize on his mistakes, and I end up right behind PEWPEW in a lot of them, and it's really hard because he doesn't seem to make nearly as many mistakes, and when he does, he's very quick to get back in the groove.
Get on Steam, download the DRL Swatch Tryouts Simulator, then fly, crash, and get fast. Here are the details. MultiGP is paying for the fastest MultiGP pilot in this year's DRL Swatch Simulator Tryouts to receive an all-expense-paid trip to New York City. That soon-to-be famous MultiGP pilot will participate in the Drone Racing League esports tournament next February. The fastest pilot in the Swatch DRL Tryouts receives a $75,000 contract to fly in the 2018 DRL season. Just click the link on your screen and race now. We will meet you in New York City. Now it's time for our crashes of the week. We want to thank those who took the time to send us some of these crash clips. Check it out. Now, if you would like your crash featured on an upcoming episode, email your videos to news@multigp.com. That's all the time we have for this episode of MultiGP News. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you never miss an update from us. Thanks for watching. I'm Kalara Maynade, reporting for MultiGP News. If you like this video, press the like button below, and please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in being showcased in the next episode of MultiGP News, please contact us at news@multigp.com.